Jules here for Talk to Me Tuesday on Tuesday, July 3rd. I stand here before the Grateful Dead quilt. It's done. His birthday was on the 23rd. What can you do? Life's been a little crazy. Here's the coordinating pillowcase that I made with some of the leftovers from the backing. The blue and the rainbow herb. And I really think he's going to like this. I've been sending sneak peeks to his girlfriend, and it seems like it's going to be a hit. So I also received over the past week one yesterday, this one yesterday from Abby. I haven't opened yours yet. And I got Rainey's. I opened yours, but it's still in the envelope. So thank you, ladies. I'm excited this is my month because it'll give me a chance to get caught up finishing the last few that I need to get in the mail. So without further ado, let's take a tour of the quilt. So here's the front. And we'll pause while a really loud truck goes by. So I want to thank Jennifer for the squares. She sent me some extras of her solids because she was trying to weed out her solids since she doesn't use them so much. Which is great because I never buy solids, or almost never, so it helped to fill it out. I think the only ones I made from my stash were the red ones because she didn't send any red ones. But all the other ones came from Jennifer. All the solids. And then the black that I framed it with is left over from the chorus quilt for Sandy. You can't really see it here, but it's got little tone-on-tone treble clefs. My brother Jay, all my siblings are musicians, so I figured he would appreciate that. And then we'll go around to the back. Pieced backing from my stash of blues. You'll remember this from the back of Sawyer's turtle quilt. This is a batik I've had in my stash for years and I've been using up gradually, and I think this is most of the rest of it. So I didn't have a ton left. I probably only bought like a half a yard to begin with, maybe a yard. More of Sawyer's turtle quilt back. And then this is a this map fabric is a fabric that I've had in my stash forever and ever and ever. I bought it, I think it was a remnant at Joann's, but it was like over a yard. And I used a little of it in mine and Phoebe's Project of Doom quilts. But that's it, because I hated to cut it up because the print was so large. And so this was a perfect way to use it up because I was like, I've got to stop hoarding all these bits and bobs. And then of course the rainbow herb fabric for the back, which was just so perfect for a Grateful Dead quilt. And the awesome label made by Jennifer. Let me get in closer this way. I had already named the quilt before I even started. When I first came up with the idea, I had already named the quilt Long Strange Trip. If you're familiar at all with the Grateful Dead, you know that's a line from one of their songs, What a Long Strange Trip It's Been. And yeah, I felt it was appropriate. So she made this awesome label with a dead head on it. I thought that was great. And then finally the binding. This binding is a fabric called Marblehead. And a few years back I was on the shop stroll and I won a gift certificate to a quilt store out in Edgewood called Busy Bee Quilt Store, which I never go to because it's such a drive. It's like 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes each way. So I won the gift certificate there, so I went there and to pick it up, and then I just used it on the same trip. And they had a bunch of these fabrics. They're sort of similar to some of the Stonehenge fabrics, but this one caught my eye because it's a swirl of all different colors. And I bought a yard of it not knowing what the hell I was going to do with it, and it's just been sitting in my stash. And when I was looking for binding fabric, I came across it and thought, duh, this is perfect. There we have it, the finished Grateful Dead quilt. You can actually see some of the quilting. I went a little crazy. In a few spots, I tried to quilt around various things. I love how scrunchy it got. You can see here I just got kind of silly with my meandering. And then in some places I went around objects. A few of the bears I went around, and then that was just really difficult to do, and these stars. So I only did it in a few spots so that it wouldn't be expected on every single one. After I did it on one, I had to do it on a second one. I tried to keep the quilting to where it would make it secure enough, but not detract from the picture, the overall picture of the panel. So that was a little difficult. I mean, in some places I just got silly. Here's just a flower in the middle of a star, you know. I just got kind of loopy, and here's another flower up here. So anyway, I want you to see in some of these squares, some of these solids, you can really see how scrunchy this got.